Pat Parker is jumping up and down under the stars while wearing gigantic butterfly wings. Pat is 81 years old. Pat is part of an online community called Thrive Pavilion, tucked inside the vast VR game called Meta Horizon Worlds. Dean Tudor from Bloomington helped create that community. It's for seniors like Pat Parker to help them stave off social isolation, meet other people, and just have some fun.
It's very interesting to see an 80-year-old person who's never used a computer all of a sudden talking like a 12-year-old that plays Fortnite all the time. It's wonderful.
Tudor is a creator, building the worlds that VR users explore and socialize in.
I've made a whole slew of things, from that senior community, a Star Trek world, an island beach in the middle of an ocean. I've made a space world where you can jump out of a spaceship into zero-G and fight each other.
For Tudor, it's an unmatched form of personal expression, but he also sees it serving a greater good. Many older adults struggle with social isolation, and long before COVID, there's a small but growing body of evidence that VR could help.
People see this as a gaming console, and it's great at being a gaming console. It really is. It's very impressive. But it's more of a communication tool, and that's what we're really getting into with this.
Science is starting to show optimism too. Ryan Moore is a researcher at Stanford's Virtual Human Interaction Lab, which studies virtual and augmented reality. Moore just did a study of hundreds of older adults in nursing homes and assisted living facilities, asking them how they felt after trying out VR. They really enjoyed it, and so did the caregiving staff.
Many of the caregivers reported having conversations with the seniors about what they did in VR and how it connected to other things that they've done in their life, places that they've traveled, animals that they used to have.
Older adults are not a monolith. A 65-year-old is a little bit different than a 95-year-old, and Moore's study found VR enjoyment tended to fade in older age. But there were indications that the leap to VR is less intimidating than, say, using a smartphone.
When it's done right, it's very natural, right? If you want to get closer to something, you move your head. If you want to grab something or to interact with something, you move your arm. Those ways that VR is kind of a natural extension of the way that we already interact with the offline world may make it a more natural medium.
The conventional wisdom that older adults are not good with technology may be true for 2D tech like smartphones and tablets, which are built on abstractions. But VR world builder Robert Signori from North Carolina says an immersive 3D world is different.
Like, we're talking about the generation that sent people to the moon, right? Invented color television and radio and cars. They're great with technology.
Signori created Thrive Pavilion, that community for seniors in Meta Horizon Worlds. His career was in software, including for retirement communities. Thrive launched about 2 years ago as a nonprofit. Think of it like a senior center. It's free, with about 1,000 members, with about a dozen activities every week. There are monthly birthday parties, a book club, cards and games. And last Halloween, they had a party.
The Monster Mash. It was a graveyard smash. They did the mash.
Signori says hopefully there's something for everybody.
The goal really is to build human connections and to allow people to socialize from home.
There are barriers to more widespread VR use among older adults. The VR headsets are a few $100s at least. You need Wi-Fi, and it would be challenging for those with significant vision problems.
We do have members that are bedridden or double amputees, that participate. Some of the people that are bedridden or significantly wheelchair bound, even outside of Thrive, this is how they get the majority of their socialization done.
One of Thrive's community members is 66-year-old Elena Kay from Los Angeles. She doesn't drive and is living on limited funds with her 91-year-old husband. Then COVID hit.
Then as the shutdown continued, it was like, oh, I can't travel. I don't have my yoga center to go to anymore. Start to feel a little stir crazy.
So she picked up VR. She logs on about 3 days a week, including visits to Thrive. She made friends in a women's group.
And some of the women, I just started to fall in love with their souls so much.
Last summer, Kay visited a few of those VR friends in real life in England.
It's not a feeling of being separated from the rest of life when I'm in VR. It's just completely enhancing in both directions.
And if all this catches on, people like Dean Tudor from Bloomington will be busy creating more worlds for more seniors.
We have seen it turn around lives. We've seen it take people from, barely holding on, essentially, to thriving, which is why we call it Thrive.
I'm Ryan Denham.